My right foot is very slowly waving at you. I'm not sure if you can tell. It's just a subtle sign of welcome. We're back in Firelink. I believe we had just, returned from the Profaned Capital, where we and Siegfried of Katarina successfully, put Yorm the Giant to rest.
Tis good to see. What needs smithing this?
I forgot I picked up a new coal for Andre here. Let's deliver.
The coal of that peaceable giant.
I know,
Seems
right?
like ages past. I imagine his passing was long ago. I miss the old bugger, I do. My thanks.
Oh, we all do,
I'll be sure
Andre.
this coal is put to good use. I'll be smithing weapons never afore seen by the likes of ye. It's but a small service.
Never afore seen by the likes of why.
Respects.
You're a treasure, Andre. Thank you for continuing the memory of the dear, sweet, peaceable giant. Alright, no Estus shards. Assuming no chunks. Yes, no chunks. I regret to inform you.
Prithee, be careful.
Alright. Let's go ahead. We just bought, I think the very last thing we did in the previous session was we bought a fancy hat. Carla's hat for ourselves. But I'm actually curious, since we're still here, what this, Carla's coat may look like, aesthetically. Let's give it a shot. I'll take a look at some gloves, too. Sure, yeah. In fact, collect the whole set.
Ashen 1, B.
I am seeing just a bit of lag on my side. Do let me know if that continues / gets out of hand. We can always break it up. Ooh, embered particularly. That is quite the image. Especially useful for my twirly blade dance. So yes, Carla's coat is quite lovely. Let's check out those gloves. Oh yeah, I actually like that. Perhaps with this. Oh, that's nice. Some little armored elbow. I want to call them pauldrons, but they're probably not pauldrons over the elbow. I don't know what to call them in that case. Okay, still nothing down there that I can tell. Just looking for changes real quick. Anyone standing around? Speak to Ludlith, too. Oh, good morning. So nice to see you all there. Good morning, cabin boy.
Well met.
See, the inside jokes are flowing.
Anri of Astora. The brave
I
lad
do.
left this as thanks.
Oh, that is lovely. He left his sword as a gift for me helping him to defeat Aldrich in his world. Which I'm wondering, does that mean that Ludlith is from Henri's world? I have no idea. How did he get it? How did Ludlith deliver it to me?
Elucidation. So, happened upon any twisted souls?
I may have. Who's asking? Oh, it's you. It's Ludlith. Okay, yeah, obviously. We do have quite a few interesting options now. What with the giant down and all? A great machete, for example? I may as well go for this ring. At some point, I think I should pick up all the special boss rings, even if I don't pick up all the special boss weapons. It's typically my first pass, because they usually have like a ring and a weapon, and you can only make one with the one soul until you go through New Game Plus and get a second one. I don't think he has anything new to say. We should be pretty good in Firelink. Let's just sneak up and speak to Patches, since we did do Siegfried's whole quest line in the interim. Just in case he has any apologies he wants me to pass along to Siegfried.
Oh, hello again. Welcome to Patch's Boutique of Wonders. Can't resist it, can you? My sumptuous selection.
I can.
Yeah, just a couple of
I will. Okay, but let me have a quick peek. So yeah, that's where we bought Siegfried's set after Patches apparently dumped the old man in the well and left him to die. Thanks for that, Patches. Thanks again.
Can't find anything you like.
Alright. On that vein, in the Katarina Knight realm, let me take one quick curious journey back to the Giants Arena here. Actually, let me check if I have an undead bone shard. Yes? Oh, lovely, I did. Actually was not expecting to. Okay. Yorm the Giant. I reached the end of the guide. I was using it to help us find him yesterday. And I didn't notice we got to the part where it's like, alright, now you finished step 5, and I never read step 6. Step 6 says, and as you go towards the bonfire, in Yorm the Giant's arena, you may notice, Siegfried perspire behind you, like he's sitting down in the muck. And apparently as you walk towards the bonfire, he falls back. Having completed his work, he falls back dead. And happy, I have to hope. And if I had seen that happen, I could have immediately picked up his stuff. As it is, I've come back for it. So, to add insult to injury, as you try to leave the bonfire, abandoning your friend, he dies. Thanks again for that emotional baggage I will carry with me for the rest of me days. But we now have the whole Katarina set once more that we did pay for. As it happens, we paid Patches for it, so it's nice that it's back in our inventory. Though I would pay any price in souls to restore Siegfried to it. This would probably just be boring and terrifying for him, though, as he has already completed his duty. Alright, I don't think we necessarily need to go back here. Obviously, I'm still missing items and the occasional, creature there, for sure. Well, speaking of occasional creatures, let me jump back to this perimeter bonfire. This is back just before the Abyss Watchers. I can't recall if we ever actually followed through and opened this one gate shortcut. Let's check it now. We'll make the start of this session a few cleanup items. A few manners of outstanding business. So out that way should be the Dark Wraiths and the Grue that attack them, attempting to defend the Abyss Watchers. We're going through this batch of Grue. I am still embered, so death would be a shame. At this point, death would cost me another ember if I need it later. But what I'd love to do is get rid of that little beastie right quick. If he'll let me. So much health you have. disturbing almost. Alright. Couple of scales. I guess we did open the gate. Maybe he just doesn't... like, maybe he comes back? I don't know. I can't tell if we've killed him before, in the past, or not. Hey, buddy. You surprised me. And I surprised you, apparently. To test this theory, let's sit at the bonfire. We will, regrettably, my apologies, Gru, re-kill them. And check that again. It may be that I just ran past and opened the gate. Like a tiny coward. Prior. Like a tiny coward in the priory. Just opening gates. Get back here, you coward! Never can be sure what's going to happen in the priory. Okay, that looked like a thing. Just out of the corner of mine eye. Looks like he's gone. Never to respawn again. Lovely. Hello and welcome. How long have you been live? 11 minutes. 12 minutes, according to my thing. Not long at all. And welcome. Oh, here he is again. He does respawn. And still just as surprised as ever. I would love to take out that, Black Knight? Silver Knight? While we're here, but oh, that's tricky. Always a tricky proposition. Maybe I can lure him through the gate, though. I guess it doesn't matter since the beast is dead. Yeah, it's fine. No thank you. No thank you to that. Getting there. Getting there. Okay, I think we already cleared this out, despite the night. This is where we got our, twin blades we are still using to this day. And la la la. Alright. Ah, Twitch just sent you the notification. 12 minutes late. That rascal. What are you doing, Twitch? What do you have to explain yourself with, Statistics? Thoughts? No? Nothing? No defense? Strange. Suppose I should appoint a representative for Twitch before just launching into the Inquisition there. It's a bit unfair of me. I apologize. Okay. Let us also return to Cemetery of Ash momentarily. I often forget about this guy and never return, and he gets to survive. The last time I played through this, he survived the cycle. Definitely. So sorry it's being weird there. I need to figure out a better way. People are so kind in the Discord there to send out that Twitch stream alert. I should be doing that. I'm not sure why I'm not. That's very, very kind of you guys. I am dreadful at announcing my presence. I believe it is just this way. There is another crystal beastie that we passed in likely our very, very first session of Dark Souls 3. Almost immediately. Out, this way. Let's see what happens. Ah. All right. Feels good to clean up the unfinished business there. There we have it. I can't recall if there is anyone else out this way, necessarily. I don't believe so. And I don't think there are any other, like, paths we couldn't open beforehand. Though you never can be quite sure what's going to change as you progress through a Souls game. Let's take a quick, curious peek back at the starting area up there. Head down this way, too. Just in case. Huge waste of everyone's time. All right, so I think this is where I was birthed into Lothric by whatever mechanism handles those sorts of things. I shudder to think. Sometimes it's nice just to come back to the starting area and, oh, you know, flaunt it a little. Flaunt your progress. Gleefully strike down once fatal foes in a single hit and laugh. Laugh and laugh, and then you realize after about 3 minutes that you're not doing it anymore. That you have become the laugh. The laugh has taken you over, and you're now more laugh than human. Oh, I missed it again. Let's give that another try. I seem to recall missing that many times. Hi down there. Okay, this is it. This is the big moment. If I could take a bow, well, I would. Okay, and then this bonfire should be closer at this point. Let's grab that. Such a lovely starting area. Anyway. All right. So there is still a dragon up on top of the wall here. That is one outstanding item. We have the dancer at the other end of here. We are still working our way towards. If we can defeat Aldrich, that whole cutscene, or whatever you call it, should occur. We should be fairly good in terms of the undead settlement. Same story with Road of Sacrifices. So I guess they're really just pushing me on to Aldrich. Aldrich is the next thing, though we could spend a little bit more time with Sir Wilhelm and his ilk in the Painted World. But let's get another go in at this guy while we can. I have scoured my various sources of information, and it seems there are no NPC summon signs for this that anyone knows of. So apparently we're going alone, unless we decide to involve a human player. So despite the fact that we were able to help be summoned into Henri's world, to help Henri, we get no such luxury. That was hugely effective. Alright. I'm just not giving myself enough of a buffer. There's a summon sign. Right next to the bonfire. I'm assuming it's a human player. Hellraiser. It could be a human player. Or it could be actual Hellraiser. Who knows? I want to get away from your shield. On the other side from it, to say hello to you with my blades. Not too much to ask. Okay, so I wasted far too much Estus, and time, and pride on that little skirmish. But here we go. Something interesting about this whole area that I had not considered until someone was mentioning it. Oh, either in the guide or in the comments thereof. No, don't spy me. Is that we're back in Anor Londo, and that this room here, this cathedral where we are fighting Aldrich, is the same room where you fight Ornstein and Smo. And we keep seeing Ornstein, you know, the Dragon Slayer spear guy. He keeps cropping up at random times. We haven't seen much of Smo, despite that his armor set has been around. But it seems like Aldrich might actually be the reincarnation of Smo, because we know that Smo, the larger gentleman, became larger by eating humans, and that's what Aldrich is also known for, now having progressed to eating gods. In fact, ate so much that his body dissolved into a sentient sludge, which is how he can now puppet Gwendolyn around. So it's interesting to think that Smo may be, or Aldrich, rather, may be the leftover hunger of Smo through the ages, through the cycle. Very horrifying to think about. Alright, let's try this again. With some already damaged health. And right off the bat, Arrow Storm. There's two of those, if you're curious. Forget about the teleporting area of effect dark damage. And keep that in mind. He's fiery. better damage output-wise than last time, but I should have been more careful. So now I will no longer be embered, but that may just be one less distraction to worry about, really. Since I can summon no NPCs to help, who cares? Let's try that one more time. He definitely doesn't have a tremendous amount of health. He's easily beatable. The problem is his hits. It's 2 or 3 at most, and then you're out. So every single time he attacks become... Well, okay. I've got a spicy tuchus now. Thanks for that. I was just trying to get away, but you've dragged me back into your spicy tuchus. Maybe being forced to fight a bunch of these guys in sequence will finally let me catch on to their moveset. Oh, that was a move I wasn't prepared for, no matter how you slice it. Ah, rats. So many rats. I don't think I even checked how many souls I had. I'm sure I'll find out eventually when I review the footage. And then I'll frown for about 14 seconds. I'm allocating 14 seconds to my future frown. A very convenient pickup location, thank you. Okay, so since I've been thoroughly humiliated, you've earned one cycle where I just leave you alone. That's your reward, Silver Knights, for your valiant service. I'm probably about to learn that Silver Knights are sentient enough to pass through fog gates. Wouldn't that be a surprise? Okay, use the pillars. Use the pillars better this time. And he's arrow storming. Not much I can do about that. What I don't want him to do is those silly soul spears, whatever they are. It seems like he always comes to the furthest corner from you, however that evens out. Oh, that's bad. That's bad for me. One quick slice, like a hot pat of butter. Let's go again. I didn't learn enough from that cycle. Let's go again. Thank you for bearing with me there. As I throw my poor little body against the rocks again and again. I don't seem to be doing like a terrible amount of damage. I know that he is resistant to bleed, so my cutting, my sharp blades are not really doing much. However, the base damage output is still fairly significant. I think it's doable for sure. Oh, thank you for not bearing with me. Yes. Yikes. I thought I dodged that, but it was quicker than I. It's very cinematic. One quick soul spear straight to the face, and then pegged with arrows. We got it. Over quickly, at least. I was strolling into the lighted tunnel of peace before I knew what was happening. They specifically don't call it the lit tunnel of peace. It's a big push to not be grammatically correct up there for some reason. Excuse me, gentlemen. Sorry about that. Okay. Now don't take a soul spear in the face. That hurts. That's the one that hurts. It also goes through pillars, apparently. Okay. That is so homey. Such a homing mechanism it has. And I just rolled way too early that time. So I know he's immune to bleed. I think he's actually immune to poison also. So that wouldn't help me at all. Trying to think if there's anything I could augment my twin blades with here. Like dark damage or something. But I'm not entirely sure. We'll see how this one goes, and if we need to move along for variety's sake, we sure can. Thank you again for your patience. This guy's just tough no matter how you slice him. But it's been sad that we were able to so quickly dispatch him with the distraction of Henri, and now we've been struggling solo. I've been struggling solo. It really has nothing to do with your performance. You've been fine. Not even a single hit that time. It's supposed to be going the other way. I'm supposed to be getting better at this. And yet here we are. Another situation where my lack of shield is making me quite sad. I'm wondering if I actually have, like, does the Crystal Sage hat, being a sorcerer's item, have magical defense? It has some magical defense, not much more than an average item. There must be some armor sets that would be better defensive against his soul spear, which is just devastating. I am not built for magic damage, clearly. Okay, I'm gonna try to run right in at him. Oh man, if you can get a hit on the human part, it's soundly devastating. Okay, that went great. Could that happen every time? That didn't go so great. Sip, sip, sip. One quick hit and get out of the dark damage. Okay. I tried for one more. So close. Just when he gets to that phase that you have any melee moves he cares to do, you have an active homing soul beacon, which is all those tiny little dots, and there's fire on the ground. It's just getting to be a little bit much. And his arrow spell was still active. It's like he's in that final phase, he can do 5 moves simultaneously, as long as he does them in the correct sequence. And it's impressive. I wish I could do that. That sounds awesome. So I said we were going to give it one more try. That one was so desperately close, I've lured myself in. But I'm sure it's going to go quite poorly now. And then we can move along. Usually does the beacon first. Yep, there's the beacon. Then he does some arrows. At this point, I don't think they have the ability to home in on you. He does the dark damage, which I did not avoid. Usually immediately does one of those again upon jumping up. There's got to be a way to force which corner he appears in, but it's really just distance-based. One more parting gift there. Now he's on fire. I'm just gonna get out of there. I have a bad feeling about that. Now it is homing, so as soon as he's on fire, the arrow storm homes in. Yikes. That wasn't good. Let's get out of there. Take it slow. We have 6 Estus. Okay, we'll just run away from this. He might do a beacon and then go down. Ah, he did a soul spear instead. There's his beacon. Now he's gonna go down. Or not. He's just gonna keep doing the beacon. stop trying to speculate. So it's like, at this point, I can't look for an opening. I have to make my own opening. I have to position myself near him while avoiding everything. Come on. Now get out of the ground, you tail. Okay. Nobody breathe. Nobody touch anything.
Unkindled one. The fire fades and awaits its one last lord. Prince Lothric is in your hands.
I'm Marty McFlying. I've done something wrong.
Please save his
No,
soul.
I'm sure that's fine. I didn't want to be in that weird old picture with my brother and sister anyway. Wearing, like, what, Disneyland sweatshirts? No, that's not a good look for me. So I'm assuming the woman who was narrating there that we heard is likely Emma, the lady in the chair, back at the Vort of the Boreal Valley bonfire area. And I'm assuming she is saying, you have done it, you have 3 of the Lords of Cinder. That means the path to Lothric is now open to you. So she is out of her chair and apparently covered in blood? What's happened?
Prince Lothric is in your hands.
Did you just explode with all of your blood?
Tell him what he must be, a lord.
Okay, so she has given me the basin, which I didn't want to place yet. I thought it would be a prompt. I thought it would be a press A to place. Here we go. I do not think I will survive this. We're about to see what's truly guarding the path to Lothric. There she is. O dancer lithe, I do not wish thee ill. May I pass unscathed? No. Vengeful. It's the first thing to know. Quite vengeful indeed. And incredibly inventive. Second point of order. Those footsteps are one of the single most intimidating things I've heard in this game. Such a long arc, too. Long attack pattern. And a follow-up trailing flame floor maneuver. You've got everything. It almost seems like the easiest way to control her is to make her reactive rather than waiting for what terrible things she has planned for you. So there's 56,000 souls in there. That's not a fortune at this point, but oh, yikes. Not getting those back. That is our next obstacle. I did not mean to go in sequence one to the other so quickly, but apparently they meant for me to. I thought I could perhaps peek up and see, is this where to place the bowl? Yes, for later, and then run away for a moment. Okay, it's put us back in Anor Londo. I'm going to take advantage of that just briefly, because I don't know if there's anything behind Anor Londo, and it teleported me away before I could check. Well, then we'll see if we can get back to the dancer there. Thank you for bearing with me once again through this Aldrich fight, and its many retries. Sometimes that's how it goes. Matter of retries. So there is, say, this little side room with its elevator fare. Hello? Hideous beasties? Deacons? Okay, so the larger elevator is also still in play. Let's check up here first before we go down there. So here's Guinevere's couch, looking rather dilapidated. A Sun Princess ring. And I don't know what they mean by, like, time for eye. Is that like a cracked eye orb, or are they just saying it's sad that Guinevere is likely dead? I'm not sure. Well, we got the ring. Let's check that. Gradually restores HP. Ring associated with Guinevere, Princess of Sunlight. Vaguely warm. Guinevere left her home with a great many other deities and became a wife and mother, raising several heavenly children. Is that heavenly in the sense that they are located in and live in heaven, or heavenly in the sense that they're just, oh, very good children? Alright. And that's it. We got a ring. Guinevere, good to see you. Gwyn, good to see you. Gwendolyn, you don't get a statue. You're a secret. Alright, so it had taken me all the way back to Fort of the Boreal Valley. I'm assuming we will now see a fog gate here in place of the church entrance. And let's check if perhaps here there is an NPC summonable. I'm not sure if there is for this one either. Okay. This looks different out here. Now that I am paying attention, I don't think it was this orange before. But maybe I just, wasn't paying attention at all originally. Let me check, since I'm right next to a bonfire. Go back to the high wall, where I can get a better view. This may be a complete wild goose chase, but I thought it was sort of pale blue before. Gray, if anything. Yeah, something's different. I think killing that third Lord of Cinder has changed the sky in some very appreciable way. The sun has disappeared and appears to be being eaten in a downward fashion towards the earth. Is that a good thing, do we think, environmentally? Should we take some bets? Is that good for me and the world? Huh. Curious. So things have indeed changed slightly with the death of Emma. And not just my sheer quantity of times getting my ass kicked. That's changed after Emma died too, but I suppose I should go ahead and use this. And pardon my lips there. Jeez. Just in case one of the summon signs is low down, if any exist at all. It was nice being teleported right there, not having to fight my way up the staircase, but those days are done. No sense dwelling on it. I really don't have enough souls for that to be worthwhile. Should probably just leave the blue and last remaining red knight. So we can see the dancer in there, flaming away. I do not see any summon signs. Sneak peek. So it may be same story here. Maybe there are no NPCs, and at this point in the game, they just assume you to have made friends. But they clearly didn't see me coming. Or it could be that whoever would be summonable, I have not yet adequately completed their quest line. The classic conundrum. But it was worth a check. me just give these side passages a look, because I would kick myself if there was one just sitting right in here. But no. Okay. So I'm assuming I have probably missed someone or something. Otherwise, they're just now 2 in a row. No help. So it's rather pointless to ember myself, but let's give it one more shot. Should have seen that. Please lock on. Oh, please lock on. Ah. Not good timing. Very, very bad timing. I was going well for a second there. But just as easily as you can slip into the rhythm, you can slip back out of it. Checking for summons here, just in case. This one particularly, her movesets, if she started attacking someone else, I think I could get quite a few good hits in on her. But again, that always runs the risk of increasing the boss health with every summon. The fact that she's just becoming more and more aggressive as it goes on is very difficult. It's like you start off being able to dodge basically everything that she telegraphs, and by the end of it, she's really just going full strength at you. I can never find the summons when I need to, in the heat of the moment. So sorry for the sliver of view here. I am just not seeing anything. There's mention of one NPC called Lion Knight Albert that I'm trying to track down. And I do not see anything about their summon signs. It's specifically saying if you had killed Emma, if instead of beating the 3 Lords of Cinder and then she dies of natural causes, if you had struck the woman in the chair, It says, Lion Knight Albert will refuse to help you in battle and will use this black separation crystal to leave your world, even if you summon him, because he doesn't approve that you killed Emma. But it's like, how do you summon him in the first place for him to be able to leave? No information on that. Where are we going? You started this. So, it could just be that I am on my own here for the dancer. But it's always worth doing your research, of which I still have more to do, clearly. It is nice that you can get a rare ember as a drop from these guys. That makes up for one of the two I've already wasted. Alright, one more try, and then I'll stop being a masochist. I thought I had that. Thought I rolled. And now she has a second sword that she pulled out of the ground. That's hugely impressive. And twice as devastating as ever before. Oh, goodness. So yes, I think I will grind a little, get a bit more stamina, perhaps, some endurance and whatnot, and then we'll try to take on the dancer next time. I'll give my thumbs a small rest between Aldrich and this, if I may. But thank you so much. That is so cool to see that boss. The dancer is definitely one of the most unique and graceful and beautiful bosses in the entire series, in my opinion. Lovely to actually be fighting her again. Let's jump back. We have no souls at all. All of my 50,000 are in there. I'm wondering at this point, I know some bosses you cannot homeward bone out of. I'm wondering if this is one of those bosses. I have 18. Let's, no, don't use it. Put it in a slot. I think I might have done this just off screen, by the way. I bought 5 more of those undead hunter charms before I quit out, but after I had already stopped streaming last time. So just so you know, I did replenish my stock by 5 there. So I'm hoping I won't need to use any Estus. I'm going to switch right to Homeward Bone. I'm going to run past these guys. I'm going to run for my souls. And if it is not grayed out, I will use a Homeward Bone. If I am not dead from slashes. And then we'll have a little something to spend. Oh, come on, guys. We'll have a little something to spend in Firelink. No, that was close. Almost got away with it. Okay. I hope that didn't waste one of them. I'm sure it didn't. But we'll check when we remove them. When we remove them. Sure. There's some words. 17, good. Only used one. Remove. See if that's enough to level us up once.
Very well. Then touch the take note.
Lovely. I want... Oh, let's go endurance.
Farewell, Ashen One.
Ah, how may...
Aha! And you can see, having killed Aldrich, Smo's set is now in the Handmaiden's shop, further reinforcing the link between Smo and Aldrich, it seems. Okay, I'll just grab an Eastern helm for now, that'll be fine.
Be sure to bring...
Now we're down to 16,000. That is a much better amount to lose. And I do believe I can place Aldrich, I forgot. Here we go. Gross. Gross old skull. Alright. So we will return to the dancer. I may try to, hack and slash my way through a few guys first and level up my, strength. Or something. Endurance, vigor, vitality, something. We'll figure it out. Thank you so very much for your time and your kind attention in dealing with my shaky camera movements. That is the wrong button. Here we go. I will see you soon. Thank you again, and I hope you have a lovely day.